So what's going on, guys? My name is MrDalekJD. Thank you for joining me, where today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get your bow upgraded to the wind upgraded bow, which is the purple bow. This is an absolutely insane bow, just like the previous video which I've made showing you an upgrade with the lightning bow. You can find a tutorial for that down below in the description, but in this one I'm going to be teaching you how to get this bow. There are a total of 4 different upgrades. I have a tutorial out for each of those, but this is going to be on the purple one slash the wind one. So what you need to do, of course, is acquire the normal Wrath of the Ancients bow. If you don't know how to do that, there'll be a link down below in the description to teach you guys how to get that. Now once you have this bow, you want to go down to the spawn room, and there will be a door which you can open to your right, which will lead towards double tap. Now right next to double tap there's going to be a kind of little ceiling roof that you can look at, and there'll be a little symbol which you can shoot down with your Wrath of Ancients. This will actually drop a purple arrow. Once that purple arrow has dropped and you picked it up, you'll begin to do this elemental quest, and if you pick any others, this will actually cancel out. So you don't want to do that if you want to get this fully upgraded. Now you want to make your way through the spawn, through the kind of little mine shaft area past Mule Kick, and as you're making your way out, you will notice that there's a brand new little purple patch on the floor. Now with this, you need to melee kill a zombie whilst the zombie is standing on the purple square. Once you do this, you'll see that the actual bit of flooring actually falls down, and there'll be an urn in the floor, and if you hold square or X, you'll actually interact with that and it will float up from the floor. Now there'll be 6 keeper heads scattered throughout the map which we need to go and find. Now I'm going to show you each of these locations. They're pretty simple once you know how to do them. The first keeper head, which is the closest to this one, is actually on the broken wall on the left from spawn to Mule Kick. If you're looking at Mule Kick and then you go and you're like running back towards the spawn, there'll be a broken wall, and wedged in between will be a small keeper skull. If you hold X, that should dissolve and you've picked that up. Now the next one is actually in Samantha's toy chest. So to make your way through the map until you get to the areas where you'll find Samantha's bedroom and Eddie's bedroom, and if you go into the toy chest, you'll see that there'll be a head there. The next one is on a broken wall to the right of double tap. I'm sure you won't miss this one. The next one is on a window on the right side, 2nd floor entrance to the church, which is also the main area with the computers. Make your way to this courtyard and go up the stairs on the right, and you'll see it perched on a window. The next one is actually in the teleporter room from the underground section. You want to go in there and make a right, and you'll see there's a little sink, and there'll be a head sitting there in the sink, and the final head will be on the back of a truck at the rocket test site. Now once you've collected all 6 of these keeper heads, they'll actually form around the urn that we literally interacted with in the last step, and it will look really freaky. Now there'll be some really creepy voice. He will tell you you need to sacrifice the broken. Now in order to do this, you need to make 6 crawlers and take them to the trophy room to be used as a sacrifice. Now you don't want to kill these crawlers, you want to simply lead crawlers down into the area around the urn, and you'll notice these keeper heads start killing these crawlers, and it's really creepy. But as you see, you'll notice and you'll completely fill this up, and then you'll hear the trapped soul mention 3 different words. Now this step is extremely important, so make sure you write down what the words are said by this guy. He can say stuff, for instance, like crowns, heart, griffin, door, horn. He'll say 3 specific words in a certain order. You need to remember the words and the order that he says this in. So for me, I had door, griffin, and horn. So you need to remember these and write these down. Now continue on playing the zombies as you normally would, and the zombies will start to drop weird little symbols. They will drop 6 of these purple apothecant symbols in total. Once you've managed to get all these symbols, you'll notice that in the room with the floating urn and the keeper heads, you'll notice that there's now symbols beneath each of the heads. Now we need to take a trip through the church, which has all the different computers, go up the stairs and make your way to the right to where you'll find the trophy room, and there'll be a ton of different knights here. This is the room just before the power switch. Now like I mentioned earlier, if you've written down the words that he mentions, this will come in very handy. So say for instance he said door, you want to look around and find a symbol beneath the knights which has an image of a door. You then want to hold square or X, and that will reveal a symbol that correlates to that word. Now you need to find out what the words he said correlate to which symbol. Now in my specific game, I got the words door, griffin and horn. So I looked around at all these different knights to find a symbol which looked like a door, and then I held square and it showed a symbol. So then I wrote down what that symbol was, and you need to find out what each symbol correlates to each. So then I found out what the symbol was for door, so then I look around for griffin and I find an icon of a griffin, I hold square and that will give me another apothecon symbol. And then finally I found the horn, and then I held square on that and it gave me a symbol again. So memorizing the way that these symbols looked, you need to shoot these symbols on the ground with your Wrath of the Ancients in the same order that he spoke them. So for me, the door gave me these two symbols which looked like two E's. So that was the first one I needed to shoot. The next one was griffin, which looked like a kind of 3-leaf clover. So I shot that one and that comes up second. And then last, the horn was like a kind of small tear and then a kind of half crescent moon around it. So I shot that symbol last. And then you should hear him say, "That is my name," once you've gotten these correct. If you haven't got them right, he will say, "That is not my name," and the keeper heads will scatter around the symbols, and if you actually walk anywhere near this, you will get down, so make sure not to do that. I can't stress enough how important it is to write down the words he mentions, because he never mentions these again. So if you don't have them written down, it literally is a game of luck. But the words that he mentions are randomized every single time you do this, so the ones that I got in this video aren't necessarily going to be the exact same ones that you're going to get. But hopefully if you followed this specifically, you should have completed this. There will now be a misty flame in the middle of the ground. You want to hold square and then wait a few seconds, and then your reforged arrow should reappear. And now what you can do is you can go down to the underground section, the Undercroft, and go towards the Keeper Shrine and look for the box which corresponds with this particular bow. Place it down and then you'll get a max ammo, your arrow will be floating, and you now need to collect zombie souls. It takes around about 15 to 20 souls, and once that's completed, you want to get out your Wrath of the Ancients, walk up to the arrow and hold square, and then wait a few seconds from that point onwards, and then you will be able to collect your upgraded bow. Now this particular upgraded bow shoots like a beam of light which actually sends out a ton of gatekeeper heads which go around and eat up the zombies, and it makes the zombies kind of freeze in place, they're really confused, and they get eaten alive. Not my particular favourite out of all of them, but definitely not bad at all, and is quite comedic to see this happen in zombies. But let me know what you think down below of this bow. Do you like it? Let me know if this guide helped by giving the video a like rating. I'd really appreciate that. Make sure to subscribe if you're new around here to keep up to date with all the latest EISENDRACHE gameplay, Easter eggs, and all that great stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on another video very soon.